Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion. Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
As far as what Plains Ag has to offer, great pay along with some of the best benefits that I've seen in the job market.
The company understands the importance of family and family values. You need to have that time with your children. Plains Ag is 100% family oriented.
I love working here, very helpful.
There's no problem it feels like we can't solve when we're working together.
Go to plainsag.com, fill out the application, and we'll be in touch with you shortly.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. And while I really appreciate and value all the fans of number 11, off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
You're watching Minotauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Hello and welcome inside the Spam Can, the Riverside Arena here in Austin, Minnesota. You've got the Farmers Union pregame show. As always, I'm Ken Oda getting you ready for tonight's matchup between the Toros and the Austin Bruins. Toros on a 7-game winning streak, trying to make it 8, and still looking potentially to clinch the top record in all of the North American League for the regular season. But before we get to all of that, let's take a look back at last night's victory. Toros won 2-1. Couple scoring chances early, but both goalies played well to keep it a scoreless draw heading into period number 2, as we see a good look for Zwiecki there. He would eventually get revenge off of a face-off loss for the Toros. The Bruins would find an open man on the far side. He was able to blast one by Brady James. That was the only one that would get by Brady James. Colby Volk drew the Toros even about 4 minutes later, walking in with the Toros on a power play, scoring his 7th of the year against the Austin Bruins. And then, as I said, Nick Zwiecki would get revenge after a broken play on the rush. Good work by Trevor Stahoyak would free the puck up behind the net. It squirts out front. Nick Zwiecki finds what would be the eventual game winner, but the rest of the night was not without drama. After Will Diamond goes to the front of the net, you can see him battling behind the net there. The camera follows the puck up top. He took a shot at Brady James. Brady James retaliated and was ejected from the game. That forced Lucas Sweden to come in with just over 6 minutes remaining. And he stood tall, finishing out the win for the Toros, despite some good chances, including one from Bruins' leading scorer, Austin Solani, right there, to try and draw the Bruins even. But Lucas stopped both shots that were credited. I think there were a few more that didn't get counted on the score sheet as well, as he closed out the win for the Toros. As I said, Toros on a 7-game heater with 7 games remaining in the regular season. If the Toros can close that out, there's nothing the Lone Star Brahmas can do about it. The Toros would have the best record in the North American League. More locally, in the Central Division, the Toros 8 points away from clinching just their 2nd regular season Central Division championship in franchise history. They need 8 points either earned by the Toros with wins or missed by the Bobcats via Bobcat losses for the Toros to clinch the division. Let's take a look at the updated Central Division standings. The Toros, as I said, atop the division, 81 points. Bismarck, 7 points back. They've won 3 in a row as well, though, since losing to the Toros. Aberdeen, they've climbed back into third place, 59 points, 4-5-1 in their last 10. Austin, with last night's loss, falls to 4th. St. Cloud lost to Bismarck. They stay in 5th on the outside looking in the playoff picture. And, of course, North Iowa bringing up the rear. Looking at the Noodles numbers for this one. Toros improved to 40-12-1, 3.43 goals for, and even 2 goals against. 53 games in, just 106 goals allowed. The numbers for the Bruins obviously not quite as impressive. Power plays fairly even. Penalty kills a big difference, though. The Toros penalty kill ranks second in the league behind Lone Star. Lone Star's at 89.5, the Toros at 89.4, so a good night on the penalty kill, and the Toros could leapfrog idle Lone Star tonight. But we'll see if the Toros can hold on. More importantly, as far as rankings, is just getting the win this evening. That'll bring us to our Minotauros Booster Club player to watch, and it's an easy choice tonight. Colby Volk. Woogie has 7 goals against Austin this year, and when he does score against the Bruins, the Toros 6-0-0. They are 2-3-0 against the Bruins when Woogie doesn't score. So go a long way towards securing a victory tonight for the Toros if Colby Volk can find the back of the net. Time for our home key group keys to the game. Some of these will look familiar from last night, or at least one of them will. But we'll start off with more shots. Toros only had 20 shots on goal last night. I didn't go back through all the box scores, but just based off memory, that has to be one of their 3 worst games for sure of the entire season. So the Toros need more shots. Of course, stay smart. Unlike last night where we saw the Toros lose their cool, Spencer, Emmons both took misconducts. Obviously, Brady James suspended for tonight based on his retaliation, so the Toros need to stay smart. And, of course, second chances. Too much one and done last night. That's why you only had 20 shots on goal. Need to get more second chance opportunities. Keep the puck pinned in the Austin zone tonight. That is your home key group keys to the game, which brings us to our Forebears Casino and Lodge Sportsbook over and unders. We went player-centric tonight. First one, Colby Volk. Goals tonight. We told you he's got 7 against the Bruins. Will he get number 8? It's at 0.5. Second one up. Total Trevor Stahoyak points. We set that at a 0.5 point as well. And then total goals by the Ohannesson, Kettinen, Lettinen line. They struggled a little bit last night. We'll see if they can get going again now that the old Lettinen has a full game under his belt. Again, you can play the Forebears over-unders in the Toros Hockey mobile app. Download that for your phone on Apple or Android. And you can win a $250 stay-and-play package from our friends at Forebears Casino and Lodge. Lastly, on the Farmers Union pregame show, it is time for the McDonald's Toros Trivia Question, another game that you can play in the Toros Hockey mobile app. A chance to win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's. Who is the Toros' all-time leading scorer against the Austin Bruins? Your possible answers: Johnny Walker, Trevor Stahoyak, Nick Armstrong-Kincaid, or Jaden Martin. I gave you the answer to this one last night during the broadcast, so a little chance to reward those of you who were paying attention to the broadcast last night. We'll reveal the answer during the Farmers Union postgame show as well as a winner. You've got all game to get your guesses in, and of course, for the Forebears over-unders, you've got until the first period media timeout to lock your guesses in on that. We are running up on the end of the Farmers Union pregame show. As they're about to start introductions, it'll be loud in here, so we will send you out to commercial break. When we come back, we'll drop the puck. Toros looking to make it 8 in a row against the Austin Bruins here on the Minotauros Network.
I've been canning my whole life. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Today I finished the raspberry jam.
That's my favorite kind.
Well, here, take it with you.
Thanks, Grandma.
Now for my prize collection. Each jar shows the year it was canned. That way I won't forget when I put it in here.
Grandma, what's that?
Oh. Your grandfather and I worked so hard for this. It's our life savings.
In a jar?
Canning is really the best way to preserve anything.
It's true. The way we've always done it isn't always the best way. See how we're changing for the better at Aspire.
Grandma, you can bank from your phone now.
Oh, wow.
Aspire Credit Union. Aspire to more.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Tomorrow might be hard to see, but tomorrow is right in front of us. And we're always looking towards it. Investing another $4 billion in renewable energy and low-carbon solutions through 2025. And lowering emissions by modernizing our infrastructure, bridging to a sustainable energy future.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Four Bears Casino now has Vegas-style sports betting at our on-site sportsbook. Place bets with our staff or at the self-serve kiosk and watch the action in comfort right up to the final moment.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 minutes left on the clock. And down the stretch
He's
they
at the
come.
30, the 20.
From way down, T could go all the way. Back, and gone.
No matter how you play it, it's game time. Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
The Lamplighter is Minot's premier liquor store. Whether you're looking for wine, cold beer, or a fine bourbon, stop in and browse our selection, or make a quick stop at our convenient drive-thru. The Lamplighter Lounge and Liquor Store.
Hi, Tank. Do you want to open an account today? Okay. Here's your official Minotauros debit card.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then Get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care. A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building built with you in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Welcome back inside this Spam Can, the Riverside Arena here in Austin, Minnesota. Take a look at your Toros starting lines, brought to you by our friends at SRT Communications. Emmons, Stacks, and Small up front, Knox and Mahler. Behind them, Lucas Swedden between the pipes as Brady James serves his one-game suspension for last night. There's a look at the rest of the Toro lines for the evening. Glad to have you aboard on a Saturday night as the Toros look to go for the sweep. Once again, I'm Ken Oda. You've got the Minotauros Network, NAHLTV.com, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Toros control the opening draw. They're working right to left on your computer monitor or smart device, however you are tuned into the Minotauros Network. They gain the line on the far side. Stahoyak has to fight for it, pokes it down the wall. He wanted Emmons. It was long for him, but Small finds it. Small pushed off the puck in the near side corner. Emmons guides it back to the near point. Knox across for Mahler. Mahler looking for a lane. Shot save made. No. Rebound given by Vilgot Holm. 19:35 left to go here in period number 1. As we hit our first whistle, several fans checking in. Sounds like it's a party at the Thompson House with most of section 114 and 15 there. We've also got Lucas Semstead, Tanya Shaw-Canarant from Richardton. The Carbos are aboard. Wally and the Mox with China Allen tuning in. Gwen Johnson is aboard. The Longs are at the Thompson House party. The Seversons checking in from Minot. The Meckleys are aboard. Aunt Doreen and O'Hanny's dad both watching on NAHLTV.com. Rhonda Kemet, we'll get to more throughout the evening. Feel free to comment on the social feeds. You don't just have to let us know you're watching. If you have any questions throughout the evening, we'll do our best to get you answers as well. This is Kotai rolling it deep into the Toro zone. Adam Mahler back on it. Will Diamond gets there first, however. He moves it along the end wall to Kotai, who's tied up by Emmons. Moved up the far wall. Stahoyak picks it off, uses his body to protect, and then banks it out to neutral. Hintz has trouble at the red line. Eventually works it up to Kotai, who's shouldered off by Stacks. Mahler turning away from Lorenza finds Emmons in neutral. Emmons drops it back for Stahoyak. Stacks carries over the red and then over the blue, only to have it poked free. And it rolls back to the Toro blue line, picked up by Casey. Casey looks across for Jockums. Jockums gains the red and then chips it deep while the Toros finish their change. Casey after it, tries to keep it away from Hintz. It'll get around to the near point and Kobe Volk. Volk tries a shot. It's blocked, and then it banks out to neutral. Woogie plays it well, gets it across to Jockums. Jockums banks up the far wall for Casey. Casey was looking for Dawson, but the pass was off the mark. Dawson eventually is able to poke it into the zone and looks to chase it down himself on the far side. Guides it around to the near point, and Kobe Volk. Woogie dumps it down low. He wanted Muller. Muller lets it go for Dawson. Dawson tries the far point and Jockums. Jockums with a long shot tipped wide by Muller. Near point, Woogie pinches down to keep it alive. Tries to throw it towards the cage. It's deflected into the corner. Dawson's feed to the front broken up. They'll dig in the far corner now instead. Battle along that end wall. And eventually it's dug out by Austin Solani, the captain for the Austin Bruins. And then a bunch of bodies hit the floor as the scrum breaks up. Meanwhile, puck the other way. Jockums plays the body on Cook, allowing Woogie to find possession. Toss across for Kettinen. Kettinen into the zone, tries a shot. Save made. The rebound was loose for a moment, but a quick whistle allows Holm to get over the top. 17:46 left to play here in period number 1. Still no score. We look at the Toros' point leaders. It's O'Hannison leading the way for the Toros. Lettinen, Kettinen, his line mates round out the top 3. Stacks, Woogie, and Dawson complete the top 6 for the Toros. Draw to the right of Holm. Kettinen and O'Hannison trying to free it up. It rolls on net for another cover by Holm. Draw will be to his right once again. Lettinen line stays out. Gibbs and Knox behind them. 17:39 left to go here in period number 1. Lettinen tried to pull it forward. He didn't get through. Eventually pokes it in behind. O'Hannison can't settle that puck down. Official partly responsible for that. O'Hannison blocks that pass, but the toss across eventually gets the Bruins out to neutral. They dump it into the Toros zone. Sweden tries to throw it up off the glass. It's shut down there by Ocean Wallace. Thrown to the front. Toros able to chip it out to neutral. Puck spinning on edge. Won't go far enough for an icing. Toros take it away. Kettinen looking for Lettinen. Quick shot. Save made with the chest by Holm. Feathered in for Hirschfeld. It's broken up, and now Kettinen speeds into the zone. Drops for O'Hannison. O'Hannison has Lettinen. The pass was off the mark. He tried to go tack to tape, but wasn't able to connect. Far side, Kettinen. Kettinen allowed to walk right down the middle. Finds a lane. Shot blocker save. Rebound to the far side wall. O'Hannison, Lettinen, Kettinen line creating chances here early. They haven't been able to find the back of the net. A dump in catches a stanchion, takes an awkward carry back towards the blue line. That allows the Bruins to get out of their zone, and eventually they just dump it in. Sweden stopped it behind the net for Volk. Volk leaves for Ty James. James banks around to the near side. Spencer didn't catch it cleanly. Caden Muir dumps it in. Woogie looking up the far side. Zwiecki spins back into his zone. Gains the red line and dumps it deep. Ingstrup pinching up the near side wall, trying to keep it alive for the Toros. They'll dig on the near side wall. It's Zwiecki. Zwiecki spins it for Spencer. High slot, drops it back to Colby Volk. Woogie with a long shot. That deflects off traffic and then the glass. Pendy gathers on the near side wall. He'll retreat behind the net, harassed by Bear. Pendy speeds along the far side wall. Now he'll work on Colby Volk. Pendy cuts the middle, comes across for Jackson Riley. The pass was tipped and went astray. Colby Volk takes over behind the Toro net. Touches for Bear. Bear comes across for Ingstrup. Ingstrup hands to Spencer. Spencer carries to the red. And now he'll just put it to the side of the net. Holm out of his net to play. Throws along the near side wall. Bear pressuring there. The Bruins. Kotai is out. Tries the near side. Will Diamond. Will Diamond can't get it around Weston Knox. Puck loose to the side of the net. Save made. Follow-up try. Fought off by Diamond, who then stays attached to Lucas Sweden and gets a paw to the face from Weston Knox. Take a look at the starting goaltending matchup in the head-to-head. Sweden 1-0-0 against the Bruins. A 96.43 save percentage. And a typo there. Or no, .897 goals against average. So he allowed less than one goal against the Bruins in his win. And you saw Holmes' numbers there as well. That goals against average so low against the Bruins for Sweden, it looked like a save percentage to me. Caught me off guard for a minute. I believe that was an overtime win, so he allowed the one goal in a little over a game, hence the sub-0 GAA. This is Diamond from the blue line. Banks it down to the side of the net. Knox tied up with Noren. Follow-up try, fought off by Sweden. Rebound to the far side. Stahowiak couldn't gather and go. This one thrown through the blue paint harmlessly to the near side. Bynum working down low. Throws it to the front. Noren tied up by Knox. He's got Knox's arm. Knox wants a call. Now he's tied up with Kotai as well. Puck thrown out to neutral. Picked up by Emmons. Emmons to Stahowiak. Toros are working 3-on-2 going the other way. Put in front. Bouncing puck ends up in the corner. Stahowiak rings it down low. Stacks hit hard after he moved that puck. This is Emmons. Emmons ridden to the wall by Bynum. Long shot fought off by Holm. Came off the stick of Ty James. Far side, Ty James keeps it along the wall. Delayed call coming. It'll be against the Bruins, and when they touch, the whistle goes. It's head contact. And they're taking Kotai, who is barking at the official all the way to the penalty box. As we get another look. That's a tough one for Kotai. I understand his frustration. He's just significantly taller than Ty James, who bent down a little bit along that wall as well. Either way, Toros go to the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Bad drop, so we'll do it again. 14:05 left to go here in period number 1. More social check-ins. We've got the Chemits, Macy Semstead, Ray and Carson checking in from the Magic City, Larry Latowski from Aurora, Ontario, Grace Sandy saying hello to me and good luck to Sabasman. The Brits checking in from the Thompsons as well. Quite the party going on at the Thompson house. This is Woogie, hands to Ohannison. Ohani leaves for Kettinen. Kettinen tries to play it to the middle, and Lettinen, it's broken up. He hands to Woogie. Woogie finds space, then looks across for Ohannison. Ohannison pressured. Woogie sweeps it down the wall for Lettinen. Lettinen walks to the dot, tries a shot. It's blocked and ends up on the outside of the cage. Swept to the near side, and it will get out. Woogie, quick up, finds Muller into the zone. He drops for Ohannison. Ohannison looks across to the near side, and Kettinen retreats to the blue line, then turns back. Leaves off for Ohannison. Ohannison hands to Woogie. Colby Volk back up top. Ohannison tries a shot, tip out front, goes up and out of play for a whistle. Tony Sanders listening while driving back to North Dakota. The Hyatts and Richies are at Fort Hyatt. The Coreys checking in at home in Glenburn. The Lawrences and Gwen are tuned in as well. The Coreys wishing a safe drive to Tony Sanders. Love to see that. The Okasons in Minot. Amy Denoma is aboard. The Neubauers. And the Bookers from Minot. Toros control. Near side, Knox from the red line. Dumps it in. Toros will pursue in the far corner. Stahoyak up the wall, but a good keep at the point by Mahler. Dawson leaves for Knox. Knox down to the corner. Stahoyak couldn't handle it as it was shoulder high, and now as Mahler steps up, the puck gets by. Caden Casey turning in the Toro zone. 45 ticks left to talk on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Stahoyak tossed to the near side. Was off the mark for Dawson or Knox. I'm honestly not sure which one that was intended for, and the Toros will retreat and retrieve. Far side, Stahoyak drops back for Knox. Knox up for Dawson. Dawson into the middle. That missed Casey, and the Toros are back out to neutral. Stahoyak gains the line and rolls it deep. Toros on the power play. Rank 11th in the league, 19.7 as it's up top for Mahler. Mahler, his shot's blocked. Second try poked ahead. And the Bruins come full strength as Casey tries to turn in neutral, gets stepped into, but Mahler digs it out, tries a shot. Blocked into the corner. Picked up by Fiorillo to the far side, rolled deep, and that will go for a Minot's Finest Collision Center icing. Troy Hicks is aboard in Tennessee, and Kat in Yago Bay, California. Dorothy and Mike Small in Orland Park, and the Millers tuned in Lansford. Draw to the left of Vilgot home. Colby Bear wins it cleanly back for Spencer. Spencer to the slot, tries a shot. Blocked out front as Colby Bear was dumped on his backside. Meanwhile, far side, Jochums with a shot blocked by Bear. Hit him in the back. Down low, Zwiecki trying to feed Spencer. It's blocked off by Solani. Far side, puck still loose. Toros trying to get it to the front. Spencer backhand tries, save loose in the blue paint. Poked to the far wall by the Bruins. Jochums taking off the puck. And eventually it gets by. Wallace working into the offensive zone, watched by Woogie. He throws it to the middle. Solani spinning and a glove save by Lucas Sweden, as Solani with a grade A opportunity off what looked like, for a moment at least, to be a broken chance on the rush, as we get another look at that save by Lucas Sweden. My goodness. You see Hard work by Jockums. Poked it free twice, but eventually Ocean Wallace gets the Bruins going the other way. Looks in the middle for Solani, who had it in his skates, then turned around and fired. Sweden was going from his left to right, but was able to hang with the play and make the stop with the glove. Far side, Gibbs and Diamond battle. 11-11 left to play here in period number 1 as we still look for the game's first goal. Jammed back to the point, shot flubbed and then kicked out to neutral by Emmons. He couldn't chase it down, however, as Noren did a good job getting in his way. Played up the near wall, Knox avoids a hit and then dumps it in. They'll say he was short of center, so that will go for Minot's finest collision center icing. Tony Sanders says happy 18th birthday to Wyatt Sanders. Taya and Ed from Mokina tuning in as well. Draw to the right of Lucas Sweden. The Russell clan tuned in on the Mixler chat. Plenty of ways you can tune in to Minotauros hockey, home or road. Of course, NAHL TV and Mixler have the benefit of not having to look at my face, but appreciate those of you on Facebook and YouTube feeds as well. This is Furaseth looking up top. Bynum with a shot deflected by Cook, up and out of play. Draw will be to the right of Lucas Sweden. Fans, you can always follow the Toros on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, at Minotoro Hockey, Minotauro, Hockey. You should also be following Jeremy N. Pike, one of the writers for GoToros.com. He's on recap duty for the weekend and is live tweeting the game as well. Long shot that's soaked up by Lucas Sweden. It's Jeremy N. Pike on X. 10:24 left to go here in period number 1. Last call for those of you who like to play Four Bears over-unders. Get your guesses in for a chance to win that $250 stay-and-play package from our friends at Four Bears Casino and Lodge in the Toros Hockey mobile app. Draw to the right of Sweden, controlled by Chad Muller. Flips one for Dawson. Can Dawson hunt it down? He couldn't. Defended nicely by Ryan Hintz. Up the near side wall. Bruins gain the line. Casey digging, jams it back out to neutral. Hintz finds it. Toros can't follow it up, and now they do dump it in. Hintz and Muller after it. Muller throws it around to the near side wall. Kotai, watched by Dawson, plays it to the middle. Casey takes it away. Tries to glove down to the stick. Swept in behind for Casey. Casey puts it out front, and Muller just missed. Far side, Kotai. Kotai chips it, tries to get around James. The duo come together. Toros have it out to neutral. Onto the tape of Hintz. He has to dump it in while his mates get back on side. Casey back on it. Moves it along for Ty James. James fighting up the near side. Mahler able to get it out to neutral. Picked up by Kettinen. Hands to Ohannesson. Tries to feed James. But it's broken up by Lorenza. Long pass ahead. They wanted Ohannesson, but it was cut off by Bynum and dumped back into the Toro end. Ty James behind the net. Hands off far side. Woogie back in behind for James. James comes to the near side and Kettinen. Kettinen carries up the near side. Cuts to the middle and then tries to shovel it in, but it's gloved down and played out to neutral by Person. Solani looks ahead. Delayed offside. And then a long slap shot taken on a very clear offside, and they're going to take Lorenza to the penalty box. That's a no-no. You can't fire the puck at the goaltender on an offside play. 2-minute unsportsmanlike on Lorenza, so the Toros back to the First Western Bank and Trust power play. I assume we're not going to take a media timeout, as they can't take it during the special team situation, so we'll give it to the end of the power play to guess on the Forebears over-unders. Meanwhile, the Palmers checking in from Denver, across from the Ball Arena, perhaps checking out an Avs game this weekend. Not sure, that's just a guess. Meanwhile, Lettinen and Noren on the draw. Draw controlled by the Toros. Mahler gives back to Woogie. Woogie dumps it down to the side of the net. Hintz throws it back to the near side. Ohannesson looks across for Kettinen. Kettinen up top for Colby Volk. Good keep at the blue line by Woogie. Long shot, save made. Rebound to the corner. Kettinen gets help from Lettinen. Up top for Ohannesson. Back to Lettinen. They play catch. Colby Volk and Ohannesson trade places. Drop down to the corner for Mahler. Back to Woogie on the near side wall. He'll go top of the umbrella on Ohannesson. Ohannesson gives to Kettinen as they continue to trade places. Kettinen walks, then gives to Lettinen. Lettinen looking out front for Ohannesson, who's tied up by Noren, and the puck sent all the way down. 1:11 on the power play. Colby Volk looks to speed ahead for the Toros. Comes to the near side. Casey touches it into the zone. It's thrown right back out. Ohannesson drops it back for Knox. Toros will complete their change. 55 seconds left on the man advantage. Far side, Casey gains the line and then rolls it deep. Person and Stahowiak after it. Stacks wins the race. Thrown to the near side. Knox couldn't catch it. He has to retreat to neutral. Flicks across for Mahler, who comes back to the near side. Knox hands to Casey. Casey speeds into the zone, tries to cut through traffic. He does, and then can't leave it across the blue paint, looking for a tip. Thrown to the far side. Solani skies to glove that. Meanwhile, puck thrown all the way down the ice. Just 10 seconds left on the first Western Bank and Trust power play for the Toros. Their second opportunity of the evening. Toros 19.7 coming in on the power play, ranked 11th, now 0 for 2. The Bruins were 20th on the kill at 80.4. That, of course, now improves slightly. Hintz skates through a check from Knox, throws it in front, no one home for the Bruins. Meanwhile, follow-up try stopped by Sweden. This will go for an icing. Icing is brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. 6:26 left to go here in period number 1. Still no score. Forebears over-unders are locked in, but you can still get your guesses in on the McDonald's Toros trivia question. Who is the Toros' all-time leading scorer against the Austin Bruins? Johnny Walker, Trevor Stahowiak, Nick Armstrong-Kincaid, or Jaden Martin, your possibilities. I gave the answer on yesterday's broadcast. Despite that, only 59.5% of you have the correct answer. Far side, Knox. One hands it up the wall. Bear tries to keep it moving. Meanwhile, Stahowiak was tied up the whole time with Fiorillo. Far side. Good read by Jockums. Breaks that up. It's out to neutral for Spencer. He's got Bear. Bear in alone. Shot, it's in. Colby Bear gives the Toros a 1-0 lead. In the middle portion of period number 1. As we get another look, a great feed ahead on the near side by Spencer to spring Bear into the zone. This is Woogie. This is Bear across. Woogie hammers it deep into the zone. Holm out of his net to stop. Throws to the far side. Jockums puts it to the side of the net. Bear spins it in front. It's back to the point in Woogie. Woogie looking for a lane. It's partially blocked and it trickles just wide. Near side. Good read by Woogie. Hands it down low in front. Quick shot by Emmons. It's in. John Emmons makes it 2-0 real quick. Less than a minute after Bear breaks the ice. Here's another look. Seemingly harmless play at the start. Just good hard work and then a great read by Colby Volk. Gets it to the front and Emmons had the inside position on his defender, and the Toros lead by a pair. 5:25, a palindrome on the clock here in period number 1. The Toros lead by 2. For Bear, it was his 10th of the season. Emmons, his 9th. This is far side. Ty James hands to Stahowiak. His pass broken up. Mahler throws it towards the zone. Poked right back out to neutral. Near side, this is Diamond. Diamond trying to drive the net and stuff it. Doesn't go. Sweden shut it down. Stahowiak with a good hit on the far side. Spencer credited. That's an offside play. Kotai didn't hold it. Now he is barking at the official. So on the offside play, the whistle goes. 4:58 left to go here in period number 1. That offside brought to you by our friends at Pinnacle Express. Draw in neutral. Casey lost it. Bruins control. Hintz from the near side. Dumps it into the near corner. Knox and Riley after it. Riley hit hard along the end wall. Puck thrown in front. No one home for the Bruins to redirect it. Emmons and Hintz. I'm sorry, that was Gibbs and Hintz went down. Riley finds it, throws to the far side. Brust to the middle and Furiseth. Furiseth tries a shot. It's blocked to the corner by Dawson. Gibbs working on a man, but it's Hintz with a shot blocked out front by Weston Knox. Knox tries the far side in Muller. Muller speeds ahead. Pass broken up, but Gibbs is there in support. Gibbs hands off to Casey. Tries to drive the net. Casey's return feed to Gibbs never got through. Hintz working down low. Dawson pressuring him. Furiseth far side. Jockums coming on a change. Finds it. Meanwhile, Casey just chips it into the zone. Far side. Jockums steps up. Working along the wall. Eventually the Bruins find it. It's back to Brust. He'll try the far side. Fanning on it and then turning it over was Hintz. This is Jockums in, looking for O'Hannison. Shot, it's in. Make it 3-0 in favor of the Toros. As it would appear, they've woken up. The rust from last night all gone. Here's another look. Jockums with a nice feed for O'Hannison to make it 3-0. This in a period that the Toros are 0 for 2 on the power play. Meanwhile, Norn and O'Hannison were tied up behind the play. Diamond just tackled Jockums. The puck is under the pair. Eventually dug out and played into the Toros zone. Near side, Kettinen Kettinen gives to Jockums. Jockums rolls it deep into the zone. Far side. Lettinen. Couldn't hold on. Meanwhile, Lettinen and Mir battling behind the play. Kotai dumps it in. And that is an offside player. Did he catch someone on the Toro bench? 2:42, a palindrome on the clock here in period number 1. Toros lead 3-rip. As we look at what's going on around the division, the Norsemen at the Bobcats, the Bulls at the Wings. We'll get you score updates during the intermission. We have a lot of possible guests to choose from for the Farmers Union intermission interview, but we have one already booked. We're going to talk to head coach Cody Campbell. Now that the Toros have officially locked in, regardless of what happens the rest of the regular season, the best regular season performance in franchise history. Give him a chance to maybe reflect on that, and he'll be much happier to talk during this intermission than maybe we thought he would have at the 10-minute mark of the period. Toros lead 3-0, an offensive explosion in the second half of the period. This is Nick Zwiecki. Chips it, looks to chase it down himself. Bynum gets there first, however. Zwiecki closes off the wall. Now they'll scrum in front of the Zamdor. Colby Bear just got tackled by Austin Solani. Bruins have it behind their own net. Pressure coming from Spencer. Played to the far side. Bynum. Bynum has it poked away by Bear only for a moment. It's jammed out to neutral and Solani. Solani had a good chance to put the Bruins up 1-0 earlier, but a huge save from Sweden right before the offensive outburst could have totally changed the outlook of this game, but for the quick glove of Lucas Sweden. Far side, Knox turns away from Solani. Knox met along the wall and spun down. The puck thrown on net to be held by Sweden for a whistle. 100 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Toros lead 3-0. Charles Wilburn's listening in Minot. Kim Bartel and Bozeman. The Sniberbruns are checking in from Minot. The Kings are in Minot as well. The party at the Thompson House getting a little loud. Let's not get the police called on us now. May have to update Minot PD and let them know the noise is just because the Toros are absolutely rolling right now. Long shot deflects wide of the net. Ingstrup's going to get called as he pulled down Jackson Riley. So the Wings will finish the period on the power play unless they score, or there's another infraction. 91 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Inger to the box. Toros to the Papa John's PK. Toros penalty kill 89.4%, second in the North American Hockey League. The Bruins on the power play 21%. That's not right. 18.5%. And they rank 20th. Draw to the right of Lucas Sweden. Sweden has the draw to his right. Zwiecki and Norin will line up for the faceoff. Norin gets warned. He was trying to tell the linesman something. He was pointing with his stick. Now Norin wins the draw back. Bruins set up their power play. Up top for Mir. Mir hands off on the near side. Cook. Cook drops to the side of the net. Norin. Norin back to Cook. Cook holding at the hash marks. Carries down to the goal line. Drops it for Norin. Norin back to Cook at the half wall. Cook looks to walk in. Wires a shot that goes wide. Far side Kotai. Kotai looks up top for Mir. Mir comes to Cook. Looks quickly across the ice. Kotai for his shot. Blocked out front by traffic. Rebound rung around to the near side. Mir able to keep it down the wall for Cook. Looks up top for Kotai. Kotai has his pass blocked by Stahoyak, and it caroms out to neutral. Final minute of play of period number 1. Brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Another good stick, this time by Zwiecki. Interrupts the pass that got through to Cook anyways, and now it's Norin rolling it deep. Cook and Mahler come together. Mahler tried to clear, but Solani blocked it off. Near point, Mir. Mir drops down to the half wall and Cook. 37 seconds left in the period. Stahoyak steps in, takes it away, tries to get going up the ice. Cook able to chase him down. Toro still able to throw it to the Bruin blue line. 57 seconds on the power play, 26 to go in period number 1. Toros lead 3-0. 3 goals in the final 6 minutes of the period. Rolled into the zone. Sweden out of his net, finds it himself, tries to clear, and he does with help from Spencer. Spencer looking to challenge shorthanded. 10 seconds left in the period. Spencer trying to drive the net. It's poked off his stick. Either way, that's effectively killed the end of the period. Just 4 seconds left as the Bruins speed up ice. One horn sounds to end the period before the Bruins get a shot off. Toros finish period number 1 with a 3-0 lead. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have Cody Campbell on the bench for the Farmers Union intermission interview.
I've been canning my whole life. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Today I finished the raspberry jam.
That's my favorite kind.
Well, here, take it with you.
Thanks, Grandma.
Now for my prize collection. Each jar shows the year it was canned. That way I won't forget when I put it in here.
Grandma, what's that?
Oh. Your grandfather and I worked so hard for this. It's our life savings.
In a jar?
Canning is really the best way to preserve anything.
It's true. The way we've always done it isn't always the best way. See how we're changing for the better at Aspire.
Grandma, you can bank from your phone now.
Oh, wow.
Aspire Credit Union. Aspire to more.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Tomorrow might be hard to see, but tomorrow is right in front of us. And we're always looking towards it. Investing another $4 billion in renewable energy and low-carbon solutions through 2025. And lowering emissions by modernizing our infrastructure, bridging to a sustainable energy future.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. And while I really appreciate and value all the fans of number 11, off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
We're on the bench with Toros head coach Cody Campbell. Cody, we'll start with tonight's game. You know, I think it might get overlooked a little bit, but Lucas Sweden made a huge save on Solani before the offensive explosion. How much did that help swing the momentum?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get a key save, timely save, it helps. And then we were able to go convert. You know, we had opportunities early in the game. We just weren't able to find the back of the net. And, you know, in a pretty short period of time, we were able to put 3 past them, so it was good.
You know, how much of that was also just last night knocking off some of the rust off the off week coming in tonight? It looks like the guys are playing more at full speed.
Yeah, I mean, we don't make excuses, but the off week, you know, we had a slow start last night for whatever reason, whether it was a week off or the bus or whatever. But we were able to find a way to get it done, and our start here tonight's been much better, obviously.
You mentioned finding a way to get it done. That's what good teams do. This team already, no matter what happens tonight or the rest of the way, has locked the best regular season in Toros history. Have you taken a moment just to kind of reflect on what that means for this organization?
I mean, it's a cool feather in the cap for the team as a whole, and we started the year wanting to do things that had never been done here before, and you know, we've checked some of those boxes so far, but you know, we got a long way to go to complete what we've set out to do this year. All
right, well, I'll let you get ready for the second. That's the start of it. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
That was Toros head coach Cody Campbell. We'll take another commercial break. When we come back, the Forebears Casino and Lodge intermission report.
Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than governments in breaking down barriers. It laughs in the face of all types of discrimination. The heroes are standing with me are examples of this power. They are valiant, not only in the playing field, but also in the community, both local and international. They are champions, and they deserve the world's recognition.
Forebears Casino now has Vegas style sports betting at our on-site sportsbook. Place bets with our staff or at the self-serve kiosk and watch the action in comfort right up to the final moment.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 minute left on the clock. Down the stretch.
He's at the 30, the 20.
From way down. T. Good. Go all the way. Back, and gone.
No matter how you play it, it's game time. Sportsbook at Forebears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
The Lamplighter is Minot's premier liquor store. Whether you're looking for wine, cold beer, or a fine bourbon, stop in and browse our selection, or make a quick stop at our convenient drive-thru. The Lamplighter Lounge and Liquor Store.
Hi, Tank. Do you want to open an account today? Okay. Here's your official Minotauros debit card.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. And while I really appreciate and value all the fans of number 11, off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Welcome back inside the Riverside Arena, the Spam Can, next to the Cedar River. The Toros up 3-0 on the Austin Bruins. Recap the scoring for you. Shots 11-9 in favor of the Toros. 3 goals in 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Colby Bear got the party started, his 10th of the season, set up by Ian Spencer. Then Ian Spencer set up another one, this time for John Emmons, his 9th of the season. Colby Wook, number 20 as far as assists go. Spencer, his 12th helper. And then Rylan Jockums, his 21st assist of the year, set up goal number 26 for Jack O'Hannison. O'Hanny just 4 goals away from becoming only the 3rd Toro to post 30 goals in a season. As we talk about record watch, Toros, mentioned it with Cody Campbell, have locked the most wins in a regular season, already winning 40 games, most points already at 81. Was looking a little bit over the afternoon today. Toros, as long as they don't give up 31 goals in these final 7 games, will give up the fewest goals ever in franchise history in a single season. And if they can put up, it was 25, so now it's just 22 more over the final 7 games and 6 games and 2 periods of hockey. Toros could have their best offensive season output in franchise history. There's also, of course, the single season records we've seen and career records. Trevor Stahoyak, games played, points, assists record for the Toros. Colby Volk, already the most goals by a defenseman. And with his 16 this year, that's a single season record. He is only 1 away from tying John Lizotte for career goals by a defenseman. Colby Volk has 19 career tucks. John Lizotte had 20 over his 2 years as a Toro, so chance for Colby Volk to tie that franchise record. So we are certainly on record watch here the rest of the regular season. As we now take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, we'll give it a quick refresh, make sure it's as accurate as possible. New Mexico gets a 3-2 win over Colorado. It took overtime. Rochester and Maryland tied at 5 in overtime right now. Maryland leads the East Division. Something else we need to start keeping an eye on, not to get too far ahead of ourselves with the Central Division playoffs, but seeding overall at the Robertson Cup based on point totals. So if the Toros were to get through the Central, right now they're tied with Maryland with 81 points on the year. Danbury and Maine with a 5-2 lead on the Hat Tricks. New Hampshire trails Northeast 3-0 in period number 3. They are at the second break in Johnstown, where the Tomahawks have a 4-0 lead on the Rebels. The Springfield Junior Blues a 1-0 lead on the Wendigo, who right now have the 4th best record in the league. In Janesville, the Steel have a 1-0 lead on the Jets. Of course, we know here it's 3-0 Toros over Bruins. At the Odie Ice Center, the North Iowa Bulls and the Aberdeen Wings are even 1 aside through 1 period. That would be quite the upset there, although these Bulls did knock off the Bruins last weekend, so despite them being way out of the playoff picture, still a chance to play spoiler as the regular season draws to an end. St. Cloud and Bismarck, they're late in period number 1 scoreless. Not a lot of shots on goal in that one. 7-5, the Bobcats out shooting the Norsemen, but still, as I said, no score. Down in Texas, El Paso has a 1-0 lead on Amarillo at the first break. Shreveport and Odessa are even at aces late in period number 2. Nope, sorry, not late in period number 2. They're in the first intermission. Later this evening, Alaska visits Fairbanks and the Wilderness visit Kenai. Let's take a look at college hockey scores. Conference tournaments going on. Cornell 3-1 over St. Lawrence. AIC trails RIT 3-2. Boston College 2-1 over Boston University. Michigan and Michigan State even at aces in the second. Omaha and Denver are scoreless in the first. Let's pop into that AIC box score, see if our old friend Hunter Longy had anything on the score sheet. It does not look like he does. Last thing before we wrap up the Forebears Casino and Lodge intermission report. NHL scores. A lot more NHL action today. Islanders 6-3 over the Jets. Flyers 3-2 over the Bruins, and it took overtime, but the Blues get a 5-4 win over the Wild. Preds 1-0 over the Red Wings. Second break in New Jersey, Sens with a 4-2 lead over the Devils. Second break in Toronto, the Leafs with a 5-0 lead over the Oil. First intermission in New York, the Rangers have trail 1-0 in Madison Square Garden to the Panthers. Later this evening, some bus watching. Flames at Nucks, Lightning at Blake Lizotte and the Kings. Blackhawks and Sharks, Blues, or make that Blue Jackets and Golden Knights all get going later this evening. That will do it for the Forebears Casino and Lodge intermission report. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, period number 2, Toros and the Bruins after these messages on the Minotauros Network.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. Let's create yours with a built Ford Tough truck. Ford F-150 with impressive max towing capability and available Pro Power on board so you have power on demand. Be future ready with Ford F-150.
I think we have some pickles downstairs. Honey, got some good news and some bad news.
Tomorrow might be hard to see, but tomorrow is right in front of us. And we're always looking towards it. Investing another $4 billion in renewable energy and low-carbon solutions through 2025. And lowering emissions by modernizing our infrastructure, bridging to a sustainable energy future.
Precision gives you an edge. We offer state-of-the-art therapies to target cancer, which means fewer side effects and more of you living life. Side by side, our collaboration with Mayo Clinic enables our cancer team to consult with world-class experts and deliver you uniquely personalized treatment plans.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
As far as what Plains Ag has to offer, great pay along with some of the best benefits that I've seen in the job market.
The company understands the importance of family and family values. You need to have that time with your children. Plains Ag is 100% family oriented.
I love working here, very helpful.
There's no problem it feels like we can't solve when we're working together.
Go to plainsag.com, fill out the application, and we'll be in touch with you shortly.
You're watching Minotauros Hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Spam Can, the Riverside Arena here in Austin, Minnesota. Toros lead the Bruins by a score of 3-0 as we get ready to start period number 2. Reminder, fans, playoff tickets are available now. GoToros.com. As are tickets for the final 3 games of the regular season. Next weekend, Fan Appreciation Weekend. We have some fun planned, more details coming throughout the evening. Right now, fun this weekend. Toros won last night and hold a 3-0 lead as we start period number 2. Toros are shorthanded. 23 more seconds, almost a shorthanded goal. Zwecky took it away but couldn't jam it into the net as the Bruins tried to get back to the front of their cage. A misplay by Vilgaholm almost turned into just the Toros' third goal of the season. That is something, if you want to nitpick Toros' stats, only 2 shorthanded goals on the season, which ranks 27th in the league. This is Mir. Dumps it in and then gets absolutely rocked by Will Dawson, who then gets jumped by Williams. That was not going to be a penalty on Dawson. This should be an instigator on Williams. He should be done for the night. There was no penalty coming on that hit. It was a clean hit. So let's see what the call will be. I'm a Will Dawson fan, but he's also talking with him on the bus. He's not a fighter. He had no real interest in that. It ended quickly. And now Cook going after Muller. Knox there as well. What set that off? Weston Knox barking. Here we'll have another look at the initial, maybe. We're getting it on NATV. We seem to be frozen on Chad Muller put in the penalty box as well. We now await additional penalty calls. I don't know what Chad Muller did that drew the ire of the Austin Bruins, but I will say this, if it was anything more than 2 minutes, we have a new single-season franchise leader in penalty minutes. The record did belong to Houston Cartman at 215. Chad Muller had 212 coming into tonight's contest. Meanwhile, we have more fans checking in. Andrew Jordan, the Smet Ellis crew, they are sending Williams off. It's going to be an instigator. Steve Brown says he's sure Austin will start to get dirty and try and hurt someone. Well, the instigator penalty would suggest just that. Nice is checking in from Arizona. Mike Cavadas checking in from Burlington. Don Larson Lee, Noxie's aunt, checking in. Jeff Sandvold, happy belated birthday. Jacob Schmidt tuned in as well. 5 in a game for fighting, plus the instigator 2 minute. On Williams, 11. A 5 and a 10 for fighting on Will Dawson. He did shed the gloves before they went to the ice, so I'm fine with that call. It should put the Toros up 2 minutes on the power play, giving them their third power play opportunity of the evening. And now we wait for what the call was on Chad Muller. Still no signal on what was called on Chad Muller. Now we're waiting on the call on 27. Chad Muller. A 10-minute misconduct. I didn't see what he did. But either way, Toros to the power play. Leading by 3, 9:17 left to go here in period number 2. Bruins lose Nate Williams. That gives them only 6 defensemen this evening. Toros control the draw. Touched back to Colby Volk. Woogie comes to Kettinen. Kettinen holds. Looks back up top for Woogie. Woogie back to Kettinen. Kettinen looking across for Ohannesson. Too hot to handle. He eventually settles it down. Leaves down the wall for Lettinen. Lettinen for Zwiecki, who's taking Muller's spot on the power play unit. This is Kettinen. Kettinen for Ohannesson. Ohannesson up top. Woogie, one-timer. Blocked. It took the stick out of the defender's hand, and Woogie couldn't keep it. Solani had tied up Lettinen. Woogie dumps it in. Puck around to the near side. Solani can't get it by Zwiecki. This is Ohannesson. Ohannesson up top for Colby Volk. Volk looks for Ohannesson. Walks in, wires it, goes up off the glass. Rebound to the near side. It'll take Woogie out to neutral. Ohannesson turning on the far wall. Near side, Ohannesson tried to walk in, got it poked away, and then spun off the puck by Solani. This is Kettinen. Kettinen walks in, lost the handle. Emmons banks it up top for Colby Volk. Woogie, long shot, save made. Rebound comes off the end wall. Hintz gloved it down in front of the net, spins it to the far side. Woogie keeps it. Woogie down the wall, tack to tape for Ohannesson, walks to the dot, comes across for Kettinen. Kettinen couldn't find it, tip play, doesn't go for Lettinen. Up top for Woogie. Woogie through traffic, hits a leg and caroms to the far corner. Ohannesson touches in the middle, they come across for Kettinen, who's allowed to walk in. Wires, save made. Rebound, a good stick by Hintz, denied Kettinen a chance, and now it's a race the other way. Solani short-handed, he's gassed though, and he can't pull the trigger on his shot. Defended nicely by Colby Volk. Puck poked free to the near side. Bruins come full strength. Puck thrown deep into the Toro zone. Kettinen back on it. Flicks ahead to the far side, Knox. Knox couldn't reach it. Broken up, it sits at the red line, eventually gathered by the Bruins. Pearson up the near side. Kettinen spins it into the offensive zone. Back on it is Bynum. 16:48 left to go here in period number 2. Toros still lead 3-0. As they look to sweep the Bruins in the final meeting between the teams on the season. Toros 8-3 against the Bruins on the season. This is Gibbs turning. Pass to the far side. Spencer returns to Gibbs. Gibbs into the zone. Shot blocked to the corner. Bear finds it. Throws it on net. Save made. Rebound controlled by Spencer. Spencer tried to feed it across. It was taken away, though. Furseth feeds Beckwith, who dumps it deep. Gibbs and Furseth to the end wall. Knocks there as well. Far side. This is Furseth cutting to the middle. pulls the trigger on a shot. Save made by Sweden. Rebound taken to the corner by Beckwith and Bear. Hirschfeld chips to the near side. Knox digging against Fiorillo, who had pinched down. Hirschfeld lost it. It comes back to the scrum. Bear there as well. It rolls in behind the net. Gibbs over, shovels ahead, doesn't get out to neutral. Throw into the slot. No one there but Weston Knox. Knox looking up ice. It's picked off by Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld leaves to the near side. Wallace's shot blocked by Knox, up and out of play. 15-19 left to go here in period number 2. Toros still lead 3-0. Rooster and Troy checking in. Meanwhile, looking at our heating up, it's scorching hot. Trevor Stahoyak, 9 points against Austin on the season. 6 goals, 3 assists this year against the Bruins. Draw to the right of Lucas Sweden. Emmons and Noren. Other side they turn. Noren guides it back to the point. Fiorillo gets by, and now John Small looking to attack. Small hits the brakes, then hands to Emmons. Emmons trying to drive the front. Instead he feeds Stahoyak. Bouncing puck doesn't go. Small can't get it towards the cage. Stahoyak finds it. Stahoyak waiting for a lane. Shot, save made. Rebound picked up by Fiorillo. Played to the far side. Kotai just hacks that out to neutral. Mahler couldn't hang on, and now Diamond's lost his stick, so he's not going to be able to do much as far as a forecheck goes. Emmons eludes Kotai, then feeds Stahoyak. Stahoyak gives back to Emmons. The Toros are out of the zone. Emmons chopped and then taken down. Meanwhile, puck thrown to the Toro blue line, broken up nicely by the Toro defense. Small jams it up the wall. Cook leaves it back to Fiorillo on the near side, dumped in. Sweden out of his net, slowed it down. Ty James pins the larger Wallace along the wall, but it's back to the point. Hintz dumps it down low for Cook. Cook can't step by Mahler with possession. Slashing call coming as Emmons chopped down and broke the stick of Trip Pendy, which will send the Bruins to the power play for the second time tonight. Toros 1 for 1 on the Papa John's PK. Draw to the right of Sweden. Spence's family watching from Turks and Caicos again tonight. Krista Corey thinks things are going to get real ugly. Wouldn't shock me. Laura Schneiberbruns checking in from home. Lorenza on the draw against Swecki. One back, and Woogie rings it all the way to the far side. It gets down the ice. Pass to the far side. Lorenza gains the line. Poked at by Wook, and then Zwecki jams it out to neutral. Bruins. Furuseth starts up ice. The body language on the benches right now as Furuseth walks in, looks across. Good stick by Zwecki. Denies the pass. Every Toro up on the bench, leaning over. Every clear, they're banging on the boards. The Bruins all sitting back, watching. Meanwhile, Furuseth with his shot soaked up by Lucas Sweden. Will Diamond right in his kitchen. Toro's quickly there to push him back. Will Diamond, in his years as a Bruin, has been a consistent pest. Last night, he was the one who stepped into Brady James. Brady James retaliated, and for that, he sits this evening. couple years ago, he was a member of Aberdeen. Meanwhile, delayed call coming. Who's it on? Bruins. Or no, it'll be on the Toros, who are trying to let the Toros touch for a longer 5-on-3. Finally, the Toros do, and the whistle does go. Who are they taking? Interference, the call. They're taking Adam Mahler. We get another look. Adam Mahler in front of the net right there. I didn't see anything particularly egregious, but I don't have the best view of the corner. I guess he hit the Bruin player they were chasing after the puck, but a long 5-on-3 coming, 47 seconds until the Toros get Emmons back. But the Toros win the draw and play it out on the far side. Zwiecki looking to challenge. Couldn't settle it down. Cook does. Cook gains the line, hands off for Noren. Noren gives to Cook. Up top, Mir. Mir looks for Solani. Solani back to Mir for a shot that goes off the edge of the glove and then finds the corner. Bruins still in the zone. Lorenza gives to Solani, up top for Mir. Mir tries the far side. Cook. 14 seconds, so the Toros get Emmons back. Shot fought off by Sweden and ended up in behind. Put it back out front. One-timer blocked by Zwiecki. It was Noren who was trying to redirect that. 4 seconds till Emmons comes back. Mir. Shot blocked by Knox, who tries to swat it ahead for Emmons. They've got Emmons. Oh, but Zwiecki didn't see him. Emmons had already gotten out of the box and went to the middle of the ice. Zwiecki threw it up the near wall, trying to hit him, coming out of the box. Cook into the zone. 57 seconds left on the kill for the Toros. Mir leaves down the wall, Solani. Solani up top for Mir. Mir looks across. Dropped back up top for Mir. Mir for Solani. One-timer, he flubbed it into the corner. 38 ticks left to talk on the Papa John's PK. They come across Solani. One-timer fought off by Lucas Sweden. That's the second time he's stopped Solani on a grade A. This is Mir carrying down low. Around behind the net. Feeds it to Solani. Solani carries to the blue line. Gives back to Mir. Pressured by Emmons. Across for Noren. Noren leaves back for Solani. Long shot through traffic. Save made. Rebound cleared by the Toros. 7 seconds left in the Papa John's PK, and then Adam Mahler will be released. Toros are full strength. What a kill by the Toros, and now the Bruins have iced the puck. Icing's brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. 10:50 left to go here in period number 2. Toros lead 3-0. Michaela Britt checking in from Bozeman. Letting in line over the boards. Mahler and Ingstrup behind him. Draw to the left of home. Bruins have 4 shots this period, giving them 13 in the game. So they only got 2 on all of that long power play opportunity. This is Ingstrup from his own zone. Off the far side, Lettinen touched for Kettinen. It's broken up. It came back to Lettinen. Into the zone, taken away by Diamond. He drops it back. Near side, Person. Person dumps it into the Toro zone. Sweden out of his net, stops it, flicks to the far side. And forced out nicely by Kettinen at the blue line. Bynum dumps it back in. Ingstrup on it. Far side, taken away. And now Lorenza drives the net, forced in behind nicely. Good defense by Adam Mahler, who then steps into Lorenza. Beckwith battles with Ingstrup along the end wall. Ingstrup pokes it free, tries to get loose, and he does, and then hands to Lettinen. Kettinen hoists that up high in the air. Person pressured by Johannesson. He turns it up the near side wall. Beckwith finds it. Beckwith into the zone. Shot blocked by Ingstrup. Sweden plays ahead. Lettinen plays out to neutral. Bynum keeping it away from Kettinen only for a moment as Kettinen takes over. Spins up ice for Lettinen. Lettinen touches back for Knox. Knox carries into the zone. 3-on-2 for the Toros if they hurry. Nope, Kettinen chooses to change. Knox carries around behind the net looking for Casey, who was coming on a change. Meanwhile, Stahowiak got buried in front of the net. Gibbs quickly up for Knox, back into the zone, and Stahowiak apparently had not gotten to the correct side of the blue line. Media timeout coming. We'll take a quick break, just 1 minute here on the Minotauros Network. When we come back, the rest of period number 2. Toros lead 3-0 here on the Minotauros Network.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down, go volume up. Go in, go out, go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids, filled with care. A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building.
Hi, 12 fans. I'm Ty James. You're watching Minotauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Spam Can, the Riverside Arena here in Austin, Minnesota, home of Hormel Foods Spam Factory. Toros making meat out of the Bruins tonight, leading 3-0. This is Colby Volk back on it. Rings it to the far side. It gets by Casey and rolls out to neutral. Brust backpedaled and then played across far side. Broken up at the red line, so no icing. Jockum's back on it first. Hands for Colby Volk. Woogie has it caught in the Zamdor. The puck found a little divot there right where the doors meet. And it just sat for a moment. Toro's able to get out to neutral anyway. Casey. A good hit on the far side. Puck rolled deep. Looking to see if... I forgot to note the time of the penalties earlier. So when the Toros will get Dawson and Muller back. Was just 42 seconds in the period, so Muller should be back now. Dawson would have 15 minutes, so he'll be back with a little over 4 minutes left. This is Furaseth on the near side. Rolled into the Toro zone. Sweden banks along to the far side. Spencer finds it. Chips across for Zwiecki. Zwiecki on the attack, tries a shot, it goes wide, rebound to the far side. Spencer puts one off the outside of the cage. Spence carries around behind, he had Bear in front, but the pass didn't get through. Gibbs finds it on the near wall, dumps it down low. Far side, Knox and Wallace. They come together, Wallace ends up winning the scrum, but the pass booted out to neutral by Furaseth. Gibbs dumps it right back in, Toros will pursue. Spencer to the far side, cuts it off, throws it in behind, it'll bank to the near side. Adam Mahler pinches down the wall, throws it wide of the cage. It's in. No, he didn't throw it wide of the cage. Adam Mahler buried that in the back of the net. $4-0 Toros. How about that one for Adam Mahler? Looked like he was just throwing it. Everyone kind of looked. I don't know if it took a deflection or if that was just ripped right in as Adam Mahler came down the wall. Everyone looked up in the corner. The puck was in the back of the net. This is Cook into the zone. Either way, Toros lead 4-0. They call it an unassisted goal. But the Toros rung that puck to the near side as Sweden covers that up. Sebastian, production meeting on the air. Can we get another look at that play? I know we've shown it once, but it was Gibbs dumped it in. Far side, Spencer rung it to the near side, so it should be Gibbs and Spencer with the assists on Maulers. Should be Gibbs and Spencer with the assists on that goal. Far side, Ty James. Ahead to the near side. Mauler met at the blue line, still tipped in by Johannesson. Bynum throws it up the near side. 6:41. They've got Cook in behind the Toro defense. Cook driving the net. Delayed call coming. Mauler and Woogie both crashed into Cook, sent him sliding into the cage. Who are they taking? They're going to take Woogie. .635 left here in period number 2. As we get another look. Cook had a step. Woogie chopped at him, and then Mauler finished him off. So the Toros to the kill for the 4th time. Long shot blocked out front. It was Diamond who was providing a screen, who ended up blocking the shot. Far side, Furisev. Far side, Furisev throws it towards the front. Jam play doesn't go, still loose. Diamond can't get it to go. Knox pushes him off the puck, held behind the net by Lorenza. He goes back to the far side, Wallace. Try doesn't go for Lorenza in front, and the Toros get the clear. Bruins back up the ice. Glass and out for the Toros, and now Spence up on the pressure. He and Solani after it. Spence gets there first, keeps it away from Solani, walks by Furisev. Third man back, keeps Spence from getting to the front. Spencer pokes it free though, and now Emmons up on the pressure. Hirschfeld lost the handle, but Riley finds it. Riley into the zone, watched by Mauler. Riley does a lap around the zone, then plays up top Bynum. 41 seconds left on the Papa John's PK for the Toros. Thrown in front, and Spencer sends it 200 feet. Holm out of his net to stop. Bruins trying to catch the Toros in a change, but a good job by Knox to stay on and prevent that, while the other 3 killers do swap. Hirschfeld gains the line, watched by Knox, hits the brakes, plays back to the point. Mir comes across for Bynum. Long shot blocked up and off the glass. Solani and Gibbs were battling in front. It hit the duo. And then the back glass. Knox pokes that puck free. Zwiecki finds it. They've got a man coming out of the box. Toros back to full strength. Zwiecki gains the line. Tried to come across for Gibbs. And then Mir took a big run at Zwiecki. Meanwhile, behind the play, Mir and Stahowiak. Stacks is going to go for a slash. Now Wallace and Knox. See, Stahowiak did it the right way. Rather than jump him the way Nathan Williams did, he gave Mir a chance to answer, and then when he didn't, Stahowiak will just go for a slash. 4:19 left to go in the second. Toros lead 4-rip. But again, the big difference, Trevor Stahowiak, rather than just toss his gloves and jump Caden Muir like Williams did to Will Dawson, he went over, gave him the chance to answer the bell. And when he didn't, he just gave him a 2-minute chop across the legs. Toros will be shorthanded for the 5th time this evening. But I'm okay with that penalty by Trevor Stahowiak. He did the right thing. Went to stand up for his teammate when Caden Muir wouldn't answer the bell. Gave him a hard chop across the legs. A padded area. Tried to goad him again. Then the ref blew the whistle. Either way, Toros lead 4-0 as they go to the kill. 4:19 left to go in the second. Draw one back by the Toros. Knox sweeps up the far wall. Spence can't jam it up the boards. Knox chops it ahead, and now Spence in behind the defense. Spence short-handed in. Shot, save made. And a delayed call coming. The whistle goes. That will do it for the power play for the Bruins. As they'll say, Kotai gave Spence a chop. Kotai to the box. Or are they going to give Spence a penalty shot? They are going to give Spence a shorthanded penalty shot here. I think if you're the Toros, you'd almost rather just have the power play be over. Teams barking at each other. But Spence, a shorthanded penalty shot. Who's in the mood to break some rules? Let's take this live. Ian Spencer, who was on a breakaway when he got chopped. Penalty shot, chance to make it 5-0 Toros. Spencer in, picks up speed, delays, and it's stopped by Holm. Spence shakes his head as he comes to the bench, but again, as far as times to not score on a penalty shot when you're up 4-0 is probably as good as they come. Offensive zone draw for the Toros. Zwiecki, Small, Gibbs, and Colby Volk, the quartet, looking to make music for the Toros on the penalty kill. Charles Wilburn on Adam Mahler's shot so fast, Ken didn't catch it at first. Well, there's a lot of things I miss on the first run. Off in the second. But I appreciate you all sticking with me. This is Furiseth up the far side into the zone. Driving, tries to leave it in front. Jam play doesn't go, but it'll be kept at the blue line by Hintz. Hintz drops it down to the side. Lorenza back up top for Hintz. One-timer goes wide. Checks up on the back of the net. Toros poke it free, and now Zwiecki finds it. Zwiecki and Small. They'll carry up ice. Small delays. Gains the line, and now he just chips it deep. Minute 8 left on the kill. Near side, Hintz stepped into. This is Lorenza. Toss across the far side. Good read by Knox. Pokes that free. Has the stick chopped out of his hand, and that will do it for the Bruin power play. As now Wallace comes in and hits Small from behind. But the slash will do it for the Bruin power play. We'll go back to even strength. Toros will eventually, in 55 seconds, get a minute 5 of power play time. 3:13 left to go here in the period as we get another look at the Bruins being bad. Toss across, a great read by Knox, and then as he tries to get going, Will Diamond just chops the stick out of his hands. And the Toros are now 5 for 5 on the Papa John's PK. Casey on the draw for the Toros. He's got Dawson, Knox, and Mahler with him as we go 4-on-4 for the next 55 ticks. Draw one back. Adam Mahler tries to chop it quickly through traffic, but it's blocked off. Casey after it. Moves it along the end wall. Casey turns. Shot, save made. Rebound controlled by the Bruins. Hirschfeld left it for Pendy. Pendy gives it back up for Caden Muir. He's the one who started this recent spat of special teams play with a big hit on Nick Zwiecki. Now a shot that goes wide, rebound to the near side. Trevor Stahowiak then gave him a chop. That was the first slashing call. Stacks still in the box. This is Dawson. Speeds ahead. Gains the line, avoids a big hit by Muir. Then carries down along the end wall. Dawson hands to Adam Mahler. Mahler tries to wrap it. It doesn't go. Dawson finds it. Plays up top for Noxie. Toros to the power play as they come back full strength. This is Casey. Casey hands for Ohannesson. Ohannesson holds while the Toros finish their change in the offensive zone. Kettinen drops it back. Ohannesson gives to Woogie. Woogie back to Ohannesson. Up top for Colby Volk. Volk comes near side. Kettinen. Kettinen up top for Woogie. Woogie blasts. Save made. No rebound given. 38 seconds left on the power play. Here in period number 2, Toros lead 4-0. 1:51, a palindrome on the clock left here in the second period. We mentioned Fan Appreciation Weekend is next weekend. You know about the Toros Dash auctions. Well, next weekend, they are free. They are not auctions, Dash giveaways. All you have to do, register and put your name in to win game use sticks or goal pucks. During next weekend's games, it's free to play in the Toros Hockey mobile app on Dash. This is Ohannesson dancing in, throws it in front. It didn't connect with Lettinen, and Lorenza clears not past Woogie. Good keep, and now Lettinen on the half wall drops down for Chad Muller. Muller holding, gives to Ohannesson. 19 seconds left on the power play. It's up top for Colby Volk. Volk carries, then gives to Ohannesson. Ohannesson looking for a lane. Now he'll drop for Kettinen. Kettinen walks in. Wire save made. Rebound shoveled. It's in. Joel Lettinen. Makes it 5-0 Toros. Holm got a piece, but not enough. As we get another look, the Toros worked that exchange play up top. Kettinen tried a shot, the rebound was there, and then on the backhand while he was falling, Lettinen shoveled it into the back of the net. 5-0 Toros. I'm not sure if that came on the power play or if time had expired. Meanwhile, loose puck at the side of the net. Brust tries to put it in front for Beckwith. It's off the mark. Small finds it and hoists ahead. Bouncing puck settled down by Emmons. Emmons into the zone. Works wide on Brust. Comes to the corner. Emmons tries to put it in front. Hacked to the corner instead. Ohannesson and Muller get credited with the assists. Stahowiak with the shoulder. Puck freed up. Weston Knoxville backpedal. We're in the final minute of play, period number 2. Final minute of play of every period, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. More fans were checking in during all of this as well. I haven't gotten to all of you. Rooster and Troy tuned in. Rooster, hope you're doing well. This is back for Knox. Spun to the near side. Noren thrown in front. Save made by Sweden. No rebound given. 19 ticks left to talk here in period number 2. To answer the many fans asking in the chat, no, wings are not on me tonight. Ione won anything this weekend. Yesterday was my wife Victoria's birthday, and I've been here in Austin, so I should probably get her something first. Meanwhile, draw one back by Casey. Toros clear the zone. Dawson trying to settle down a bouncing puck. Couldn't find it, Norin does. Swept ahead. Chopped to the near side. Dumped in, and the horn sounds to end, period. Number 2 as we hit the second break. Toros lead the Austin Bruins 5-0. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, I'll be down on the bench with probably Adam Mahler. I'm feeling Adam Mahler. He had the goal to make it 4-0 earlier in the period. We'll take a break. Be back with more on the Minotauros Network.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
As far as what Plains Ag has to offer, great pay along with some of the best benefits that I've seen in the job market.
The company understands the importance of family and family values. You need to have that time with your children. Plains Ag is 100% family oriented.
I love working here. Very helpful.
There's no problem it feels like we can't solve when we're working together.
Go to plainsag.com, fill out the application, and we'll be in touch with you shortly.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids, fill with care. A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building built with you in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
On the field, a lot of people know me as number 11. And while I really appreciate and value all the fans of number 11, off the field, I appreciate how First Western Bank and Trust bankers take the time to learn about me and never treat me as just a number. You too can bank where you'll never be just an account number.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Down on the bench with Toros defenseman Adam Mahler. Adam, I asked you already, but how'd that goal go in? I didn't see it.
I don't know. I was kind of in the Rockstar zone, and I just shot it, and I think it hit one of their D and snuck in.
Obviously a penalty-filled game here, the score being a little out of hand. How much you guys have to focus on just staying out of it here in the third?
I think that's all it's about. 5-on-5, I think, tonight. They can't keep up with our pace, and we're forechecking really good, and when they're dumping it in, we're breaking pucks out quick. So staying 5-on-5 is going to be key to keeping this one how it is.
I asked Cody about this last intermission. He's more focused on the long term, but this is your second year as a Toro. 40 wins already this season, hopefully 41 tonight. 81 points, both franchise records. On pace to give up the fewest goals of any team in Toro history. On pace to score the most goals of any Toros team in franchise history. How much does it mean to you and the boys to at least have the best regular season in franchise history?
I mean, we're not really thinking about that much. We just kind of want to have home ice for playoffs and be playing at our best come April when that's when they mean the most.
How much are you guys scoreboard watching down the stretch here, making sure you stay ahead of Bismarck?
Not really. We know that if we just keep winning games, they can't catch us.
All right, well, I'll let you go get ready for the third. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Oda.
That was Toros defenseman Adam Mahler. We'll take another commercial break. When we come back, we'll have the Forebears Casino and Lodge intermission report after these messages on the Minotauros Network.
I've been canning my whole life. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Today I finished the raspberry jam.
That's my favorite kind.
Well, here, take it with you.
Thanks, Grandma.
Now for my prize collection. Each jar shows the year it was canned. That way I won't forget when I put it in here.
Grandma, what's that?
Oh. Your grandfather and I worked so hard for this. It's our life savings.
In a jar?
Canning is really the best way to preserve anything.
It's true. The way we've always done it isn't always the best way. See how we're changing for the better at Aspire.
Grandma, you can bank from your phone now.
Oh, wow.
Aspire Credit Union. Aspire to more.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Tomorrow might be hard to see, but tomorrow is right in front of us. And we're always looking towards it. Investing another $4 billion in renewable energy and low-carbon solutions through 2025. And lowering emissions by modernizing our infrastructure, bridging to a sustainable energy future.
Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than governments in breaking down barriers. It laughs in the face of all types of discrimination. The heroes are standing with me are examples of this power. They are valiant, not only in the playing field, but also in the community, both local and international. They are champions, and they deserve the world's recognition.
Forebears Casino now has Vegas-style sports betting at our on-site sportsbook. Place bets with our staff or at the self-serve kiosks and watch the action in comfort right up to the final moment.
Bottom of the ninth, 2 minutes left on the clock.
And down the stretch
He's
they
at the
come.
30,
The 20.
from way down. T, good, go all the way. Back, and gone.
No matter how you play it, it's game time. Sportsbook at Forebears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
The Lamplighter is Minot's premier liquor store. Whether you're looking for wine, cold beer, or a fine bourbon, stop in and browse our selection, or make a quick stop at our convenient drive-thru. The Lamplighter Lounge and Liquor Store.
Hi Tank, do you want to open an account today? Okay, here's your official Minotauros debit card.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. Let's create yours with a built Ford Tough truck. Ford F-150 with impressive max towing capability and available Pro Power on board so you have power on demand. Be future ready with Ford F-150.
I think we have some pickles downstairs. Honey, got some good news and some bad news.
Tomorrow might be hard to see, but tomorrow is right in front of us. And we're always looking towards it. Investing another $4 billion in renewable energy and low-carbon solutions through 2025. And lowering emissions by modernizing our infrastructure, bridging to a sustainable energy future.
Precision gives you an edge. We offer state-of-the-art therapies to target cancer, which means fewer side effects and more of you living life. Side by side, our collaboration with Mayo Clinic enables our cancer team to consult with world-class experts and deliver you uniquely personalized treatment plans.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
As far as what Plains Ag has to offer, great pay along with some of the best benefits that I've seen in the job market.
The company understands the importance of family and family values. You need to have that time with your children. Plains Ag is 100% family oriented.
I love working here. Very helpful.
There's no problem it feels like we can't solve when we're working together.
Go to plainsag.com, fill out the application, and we'll be in touch with you shortly.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Hi Toros fans, I'm John Emmons. You're watching Minotauros Hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Spam Can, the Riverside Arena here in Austin, Minnesota. I'm going to apologize for the long commercial break. Full disclosure, Peter Theodos is still here in the building, and we got to talking. And while Toro fans remember from past broadcasts in the last few years, when Peter and I start talking, we kind of lose track of time. So apologies on that, but always good to see Toro alum Peter Theodos. Toros lead 5-0. Let's recap the scoring for you. It's been all one-sided. Shots 24-19 in favor of the Toros, who are 1 for 4 on the First Western Bank and Trust power play, 5 for 5 on the Papa John's PK. Here's a look at the goal scorers. Colby Bear from Ian Spencer, Emmons from Wook and Spence, O'Hannison from Ryland Jockums, then Adam Mahler, his 6th of the season, Joel Lettinen, his 15th of the year from O'Hannison, his 29th helper, and Chad Muller, his 18th. There should be assists to Gibbs and Spencer, I believe, on Adam Mahler's goal. Those haven't been credited yet. Also, Ian Spencer did have a penalty shot opportunity while the Toros were short-handed, but he was unable to convert. We'll pop over to scores around the North American Hockey League. Took overtime, but the Wolves, Ice Wolves, get a 3-2 win over the Grit. Maryland 6-5 in overtime over Rochester. Maine 7-2 over Danbury. New Hampshire falls to Northeast 6-0. Lots of blowouts in the North American League tonight. Johnstown 7-2 over Philadelphia. That wraps up the East. Turning to the Midwest, Wisconsin 3-1 over Springfield. Chippewa and Janesville even at aces. They are getting ready to start period number 3. No, that's not correct. So let's hit refresh on this page. We know North Iowa and Aberdeen was 1-0 at some point. We're going to have to open that specific box score, it looks like, to get a final. 2-1 North Iowa over Aberdeen. That is at the second break. Olve and Severson with the goals there for the Bulls. Looking at Oklahoma and Corpus. Oklahoma, who clinched a playoff spot last night. The defending Robbie Cup champions up 2-0 on Corpus. Bismarck, a 3-0 lead on St. Cloud. So it looks like right now they're going to keep pace with the Toros, barring a collapse in the capital of North Dakota. Down south, Amarillo 2-0 over El Paso. Shreveport 3-0 over Odessa, and not yet underway. Anchorage visits Fairbanks. And the Wilderness visit Kenai. We'll kick you back out to commercial. When we come back, we'll bring you period number 3. Toros lead the Bruins 5-0 here on the Minotauros Network.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care. A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building built with you in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Welcome back inside the Riverside Arena as we get ready to start period number 3. Toros lead the Bruins by a score of 5-0. We'll start 5-on-5, but the way last period went, I wouldn't expect it to stay that way for long. Will Diamond and Trevor Stahowiak already chatting with the referee and a linesman right next to them. Emmons and Norin on the draw to start period number 3. Puck picked up and chipped up the far side. Diamond sweeps it into the zone. Lucas Swedden out of his net, stops it and guides it around to the near side. Small, looking for help from Knox. Toros can't clear it out of the zone. Adam Mahler back on it, leaves it to the near corner, and Knox. Awkward collision. A player fell down and went into the back of Knox's legs. Meanwhile, Toros chip it out to neutral. Stahowiak and Mir jousting. Mir wins it and dumps it deep into the Toro zone once again. Weston Knox on it. Tries to spin off Kotai. They dig in the near corner. They continue to dig. Knox lost it to Kotai. Kotai can't get to the front, however, and now Mahler and Knox combine to take it away. They chip it to the far wall. Stahowiak couldn't clear. Knox leaves it for Stacks on the far side. He moves it towards the blue line. Not out. Turnaround shot. Dumped down in the corner. Ocean Wallace coming on a change. Tries a shot from a tough angle. It goes wide. Stahowiak blocks Person's shot from the point. Person finds it. Wallace helps him out. Wallace to the far wall. Rolls it deep for Seth. Walled off by Adam Mahler, and John Small finds the puck. Small forced to Stahowiak, who doesn't catch it cleanly. Kept to the point. Long shot. That's blocked to the near corner. Adam Mahler flips it off the glass and out to neutral. Hirschfeld takes it away from Small and dumps it right back in. Delayed offside. Swedden stops for Jockums. Jockums pressured. Forced in behind the net. Knox pins a man. Jockums spins it to the front. Wallace takes it away. Guides it back to the point. Across to the near point. Bynum. Bynum fires it to the corner. Wallace throws it in front. Jam play doesn't go. And Stahowiak hoists it ahead. Not out. Another shot blocked by traffic. Follow-up try. Paddled away by Swedden. Furseth works it deep. Toros have been pinned in their zone for the first 2 minutes of this period. Bruins have executed 2 changes. Meanwhile, Dawson rolls it ahead. Awkward collision in neutral. Involved multiple Toros. Meanwhile, good keep by Jockums. I don't know that he actually did. I thought that got out. Bruins bench did too, and they're letting the linesman hear it. This one definitely out to neutral. This is Adam Mahler. Turns along the wall, plays it up for Dawson. It doesn't get through. Second try, just dumped in by Adam Mahler. Brust watched by Muller. It's thrown out to neutral. Casey turning. Keeps it out of the zone, but the Bruins find it as Casey falls. It's Lorenza in. Shot blockered away. Rebound to the far corner. Cook and Muller joust. It ends up in behind the Toro net. Mahler and Lorenza. Mahler wins the battle. Clearly getting hooked. Eventually plays over to Muller. James and Lorenza tie up. Muller into the zone. Muller tries a drag move. He's forced in behind. Tries to leave it for a trailer. No one there but Austin Solani. And now Muller hit hard behind the play. He's laying against the end wall. And now the whistle goes. Trainer quickly on the ice. No penalty call on the contact. Cody Campbell having words with the official. And I apologize if the microphone picked those up. Not all of them. were radio friendly. Meanwhile, Chad Mahler slowly getting up with help from the trainer. And making his way back to the Toro bench. Draw will be in neutral. No calls on the ice. 16:48 left to go here in the third. Letting in line over the wall. Patrick Johnson in Stockholm. Kobe Brault tuned in. Betsy Patterson from Sacramento, California. And the Grams are in Minot. Toros control the draw. Kobe Volk dumps it in. Puck to the near side. Mir plays ahead. Picked up by Pendy. Pendy feeds it in for Riley. It was off the mark, but he hunts it down in the corner. Kettinen steps into him. Engstrup steps in as well. They'll scrum along the end wall. Good poke by Sweden, denies Riley a chance to get to the front. Engstrup behind the net, tied up. Stacks there helping as well. Puck swung to the near point. Mir kept it. Long shot save made, and the rebound covered Hungry Hippo style for a whistle by Lucas Sweden. 16:06 left to play. Liz Miller lets me know that none of the bad language made it through. So we get to keep our PG rating for at least another weekend. Toros lead 5-0 here in period number 3. Fans, remember, while the forebears over-unders are locked, McDonald's Toros Trivia still live in the Toros Hockey mobile app, who's the Toros all-time leading scorer against the Austin Bruins. I'll give you this hint, it's not even close. Even if you took away this player's goals against the Bruins, his 20 assists against Austin would lead all Toro scorers. Meanwhile, Knox and Diamond jousting in front of Lucas Sweden, who made a glove save and held on. Crosby Elkins checking in from Minot. Reminder, fans, next weekend, March 29th and 30th, Fan Appreciation Weekend at the Pepsi Rink. We'll be running beer specials all weekend long. So make sure you come out. Pride Dairy also giving away free ice cream sandwiches to the first 240 fans in attendance on Saturday. O'Hannison pokes that out to neutral. They wave off icing right away, so Holm out of his net to play. Person to the far side. Gibbs steps up, plays it into the slot. Bouncing puck, O'Hannison just shovels it deep. Person back on it. 928 seconds left to go here in regulation. The feeling we don't have to worry about overtime this evening. Toss to the far side, finds Diamond. James missed it twice. Save made by Sweden. Follow-up try to the near corner. Spence pokes it up the wall. It doesn't get out. Wallace in the corner. Hintz tries to drive the net. Colby Bear ties him up along the end wall. And then Mahler steps in and punches it ahead for Spencer. Spencer working on Hirschfeld. Can't dig through him, and the puck thrown back towards the Toro end. Ty James retreats on it. James leaves for Adam Mahler. Mahler tackled by Wallace, but help comes from James. Turned over in front. Save made. Rebound loose. Jammed it wide of the cage. Wraparound try doesn't go. It goes off the outside of the net. Hirschfeld throws it in front. Spencer Can't clear. Furiseth hammers one towards the net. Still loose. Poked away by Sweden after the rebound was loose. Now a follow-up try. Blocker save. Emmons got knocked down with a cross check from Wallace. Back to the point. Furiseth. Mahler can't clear up the wall. Thrown in front. Spencer finds it. Spencer looking to just skate out of trouble. Now Small just got cross-checked in the face by Wallace. Toros will go to the power play. Once the Bruins touch, Toros ice this puck, so the draw will end up back in the Toro end. Icing's brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Here's another look at the penalty as the Toros start working their way up the ice. Spencer was trying to skate out of the zone, and you can see Small at the top of your screen. Just gets dropped by Wallace, nowhere near the puck. Puck drop will actually be in neutral off the icing, but the Toros to the power play. Interference. No, they will bring it all the way back into the Toro zone. Officials will confer. The Toros iced the puck, but the Bruins committed a penalty. Toros arguing the draw should be in neutral. And they do eventually convince the official that that's the case. So Lettinen. And Noren on the draw. 13:49 left in regulation. Noren wins the draw back, but he missed Bynum, so it ends up going all the way down to the Bruins' end. Toros pick up in neutral after Bynum sends it down the ice, and Kobe Volk retreats behind the net. Far side. Chop to the near, and Kettinen. Kettinen couldn't hold on, and now the race is on the other way. Riley tries a shot, paddled away by Sweden. Bruins playing some keep away while shorthanded. Dumped in. Far side, Muller had it poked free. Toros can't quite hold the line. Kobe Volk on it. Holding behind the Toro net. 58 seconds left in the man advantage. Casey ahead for Stahowiak, who dumps it in. Dawson on the near side, rings it back to the far. Mahler couldn't hold it at the blue line. He gives to Knox. Knox chops for Casey. Into the zone. Mahler dumps it down low. Up top, Mahler and Knox play catch. Knox, top of the umbrella, leaves off far point. Now Casey at the half wall. Drops it down for Dawson. Dawson back to Casey. Up top for Weston Knox. Knox to Mahler. Back to Knox. Knox looking for a lane. His shot's blocked. It pinballs around. Put towards the cage. Shot loose in front. Toro's trying to get a stick to it. It pinballs around. Back up top for Knoxy. 6 seconds left on the power play. Back for Stahowiak on the near side. Up top for Knox. Knox back to Stahowiak. Stacks, walks in. Wires gloved and held just as the Bruins come full strength. Well, a penalty-filled night, and as much as you feel like there's been a lot of penalties in this game, 22 minutes on the Toros, 35 on the Bruins. Take a look at the Aberdeen and North Iowa box score. They are at 93 penalty minutes at the Odie as they get ready to start period number 3. Another look at those power play chances for the Toros. 93 penalty minutes and only 5 power plays in that game as Bear gets spun down. The Bruins control the draw. So a lot of misconducts in that one. And only 2 minutes of it coming in the second period. So 91 penalty minutes in the first period. Or, I'm sorry, 92 penalty minutes in the first period. Far side. Bruins control. Poked free. 94 penalty minutes in that game, not 93, as Knox plays across for Spencer. Spencer met at the wall. Knox sweeps it deep. Weston Knox pushed off the puck. Lettinen finds it, spins it up front. Gibbs couldn't settle it down, but he did prevent a rush the other way. Chip deep into the Toro zone. Gibbs looks up ice, finds Kettinen. Kettinen gains the red line and rolls it deep. Near side, Bynum. Lettinen comes down the wall. Kettinen throws it wide of the cage. Mahler fires one on. Stick save, and it's up and out of play. Meanwhile, as they start period number 3 at the Odie, not only are there 94 penalty minutes in that game, the North Iowa Bulls have a 2-1 lead on the Aberdeen Wings. Still 3-0 at the VFW. With the Bobcats leading St. Cloud. In the third period. Here, 5-0. Toros lead the Bruins as we pass Liberty Tax time. Past the 10:40 mark of period number 3, all the way down to 10:13 left to play. Pendy throws it to the front. Lorenza couldn't settle it down. Adam Mahler does. He feeds Kettinen. Kettinen looking for Ohannesson. Ohannesson can't get by Person, but it was played with a high stick by the Bruins, they say. So we have another whistle. Exactly 600 seconds left to go, which means 600 seconds already played here in period number 3. Take a look at the Central Division point leaders coming into play tonight. Solani had 58. Ohannesson has a goal and an assist, so he's now at 55 points. Cronin 49, Bulgakov 45, Dysart 43, and Severson leads North Iowa. Up top, Colby Volk. Long shot blocked by traffic. Kotai able to get it out to neutral, but Jockums takes over there. Banks into the zone, right onto the tape of Person, who just chops it back to the Toro blue line. Oogie across for Jockums. Up ice, Muller for Casey, who sweeps it deep into the zone. Brust guides it around to the near side. It gets to the point in Colby Volk. Volk with a long shot. Blocked in front. Rebound hacked at. Can the Toros get it to go? Eventually, the whistle goes as it's underneath the goalie's leg pad. 9:28 left to go here in period number 3. Still 5 Rip Toros. Media timeout coming. We'll take one too. We'll be back in a minute with the rest of period number 3. Toros lead Bruins 5-0 here on the Minotauros Network.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building built with you in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Hi, Toros fans. I'm Rylan Jockums. You're watching Minotauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Spam Can. The Riverside Arena Toros lead 5-0 here in period number 3. 9:28 left to play. Not a lot of drama left in this one. Also, the benefit of both teams, it seems like tempers have cooled during the intermission. Both teams focused on larger goals. I think the Bruins realized they're in a dogfight for that last playoff spot. You don't need anyone being suspended. For the Toros, you definitely don't want anyone suspended as they look to clinch the division. 9:04 left. Toros ice that puck. Icing is brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Thompson family checking in from Minot Air Force Base. David Van Lith says it sounds like Lucas is kicking some butt tonight. He definitely is. Probably overlooked a bit here. Shots now 31-30 in favor of the Toros. Swedden's been fantastic. Some grade A chances. That's not one of them as Wallace fanned on the one-time attempt and the puck jammed out to neutral. Dumped in on the near side. Knox able to play it ahead. Small clears the zone back to the Austin blue line. Flip for Wallace is long. Gibbs pokes it off his stick, then takes him to the corner. Wallace trying to get out from behind. Fans on it again, and then Knox pokes it to the corner. Gibbs hands to Emmons. Emmons has his feet taken out from under him. Up the near wall. Gibbs lost it. Quick shot. That sails wide. Knox gets to this first. Knox plays up the wall. Emmons there as well. Chipped up the boards. Wallace will keep it at the blue line. Shovels it back down in front. Knox cuts it off and flicks it out to neutral. Fiorillo gloves down and then dumps it in. It hops away from Swedden. But Gibbs finds it, banks it out to neutral. Small at the red line, tried to touch it in the zone. Ended up touching it to the middle of the ice. Stahoyak with a good hit on Beckwith. Frees it up. Knox comes near side Mahler. Mahler banks it up ice. Bear pokes it into the offensive zone, but Beckwith is back on it. Carried up ice by the Bruins into the zone, but taken away by Casey. He'll bank to the near side and Mahler. Tipped at the red line, so no icing. Fiorillo and Bear after it. Bear ties up Fiorillo. They'll dig in front of the Zamdor. It squirts in behind the net. Jammed to the near side. Freed up by Spencer. But Fiorillo finds the puck. Now it's broken up. Spencer takes it away again. Spence leaves off far side Bear. Bear tries a shot. Blocked off. And then laid free in the slot. Toros couldn't get to it before the Bruins. Carried ahead. Beckwith chops to an open wing. Ty James gets there first, gains the red line, and dumps it in. Toros changing. Meanwhile, we hit North Dakota time. 7:01 left to play here in period number 3. Toros lead the Bruins 5-0. Looking at score updates, the Aberdeen Wings, Wes Turner scored a minute 37 into the third to draw the Wings even. Far side, Lorenza looking to walk in. A good stick by Ingstrup. Breaks that up, and it's ahead for Kettinen on the near side. Kettinen cuts to the middle. Now he tries a shot. Save made. Puck to the near side. Lettinen tries to kick it down the wall. He wanted Ohannesson, but it's taken away. Solani turns up the near side. Forced to turn by Kettinen. He leaves off for Brust. Brust with a shot blocked to the near corner. Lorenza and Ingstrup after it. Ingstrup pins to the wall. Kettinen steps in. Long shot from distance, save made. Rebound cleaned up by the Toros. Kettinen chops it out to neutral. This one dumped in. It'll be played by Swedden for Ingstrup. Ingstrup rings it to the far side. Bynum kept it with good hustle, but the Toros chop it out to neutral. And now the Wings have taken a 3-2 lead, which is not great news for the Bruins or Norsemen, as this is dumped in Knox's corner. Near side, Dawson ahead for Muller. Muller gets Bynum to fall down, but he lost the handle himself. Throws back in front, it pinballs around. Dawson pokes it free, tries to get it to the far corner. Kotai flicks it up high in the air. Touched with a high stick. Neither team played it, so the whistle goes. They're still going to put the draw back in the Toro zone. Palindrome on the clock, 5:15 left to play here in period number 3. If these scores hold, seeds 1, 2, and 3 will each get wins. Mir turning on the far wall, shovels it to the middle, quick shot, shoveled wide. Wallace can't keep it away from Casey. Second try does get to Wallace. Thrown in front for a tip, none coming, puck loose, big save by Sweden. Furseth keeps the clear attempt. His shot's blocked. Picked up by Casey, pokes to the far wall and Muller. Muller chips it ahead, not out though. Furseth keeps it. Looks to walk in. Delayed call coming. Thrown to the near side. Fiorillo tries a shot, it's blocked. Hirschfeld finds it, turning on the near wall. Finally the Toros touch and the whistle goes. 4:31 left. Toros will go to the Papa John's PK for a 6th time. It's a tripping call on Chad Muller. Shots even at 33 aside, thanks to a 14-9 edge this period in favor of Austin. Draw to the right of Sweden. Controlled by the Bruins. This is Mir. Drops it down to the goal line. Solani, he fanned on it. Jockham's allowed to take over, and then Small plays ahead, but Cook keeps it at the blue line. Looks across, Mir. Forced up the wall. Woogie finds it, banks ahead, not out. Second try does get out, and Woogie just got high sticked. And Mir will go to the box. So, Toros now 6 for 6 on the Papa John's PK. Oh, it was called a knee on Muller. As we get another look on NATV. Woogie coming up the wall. I don't know about that one, to be honest. I think Woogie as much was guilty of... Can we get another look? Because they called that a 5-minute major, which means Mir is... Mir's in the box for the rest of this game. See, Woogie comes up the wall. And Mir did get him up high. So, 5 in a game for head contact is the call. So, Caden Mir done for the night. That was his... Meanwhile, it's ahead 4-on-4. Cook, shot save made by Sweden. Across, Mahler looking into the middle. An offside play. So in 1:24, the Toros will go on the power play for their 6th opportunity. Already 1 for 5, as we're now skating 4 aside. Reminder, we'll take another look around the division. It's still now 3-1 as St. Cloud starts to come back early in the third. Braden Panzer from Hagen Mo gets the Norseman on the board, and in Aberdeen it's now 4-2 as the floodgates have opened. For North Iowa. Near side, Hintz looks across, pass off the mark, Ty James. An offside play, so the whistle goes. which will bring the draw back out to neutral. 3:42 left to go here in the third. Casey Dawson, Ty James, Adam Mahler. Casey wins it back. James feeds Mahler. Furuseth pressures him. Mahler to the middle. Ty James will retreat behind the cage to avoid pressure from Riley. Then flips to the far side and Will Dawson. Dawson across for Knox. Knox gives it into the zone for Casey. Quick shot that goes just up and over off the goaltender from Dawson. Dawson now along the goal line. Puts it in the middle for Knox. Quick shot, it's in. Weston Knox makes it 6-0, and that comes on the 4-on-4. So an even strength goal for Knoxy. Knox from Casey and Dawson, I believe. .40 seconds until the Toros go to a major power play to finish the game. Spencer on the near side, walled off by Hintz. This is Kotai looking to walk in, taken away by Gibbs. Gibbs speeds ahead, still 4-on-4 for 23 seconds. Spencer feeds Gibbs. Gibbs turning in the corner, gets pinned. Puck freed up, Spencer allowed to walk in, wires off the post. Small with a shot, that's blocked. Far side, Spencer. He's had such a good game. You wanted that to go for him. Even if in the long run it won't matter. Spence getting worked over behind the net. Toros are full strength and on the power play. Dawson jumps out onto the ice. Moved up the near side out to neutral. Small finds it. Drops it back for Adam Mahler. Mahler leaves for Dawson, returns for Adam Mahler. Mahler, the defenseman in deep, puts it in front, one-timer, it's in. Power play goal. Make it 7. Casey from Mahler. Casey kicks the extra point. And the Toros will stay on the power play because it was a 5-minute major. Toros need a 5th guy on the ice. Spencer jumps out with Bear, Emmons, Ingstrup, and Ty James. Ingstrup back in his own zone. Norin tackles Ty James. Ingstrup picks it up. It's a good move by Cody Campbell. He's not running power play units at this point. This game is certainly settled. Bear couldn't catch that, and now it's sent the distance. 102 seconds left to go. Sweden holding, gives to Ingstrup. Ingstrup flicks across the far side. Ty James leaves it back behind the Toro net for Ingstrup again. Ingstrup will start the Toros up, avoids pressure, carries ahead. Ingstrup into the zone, leaves off for Emmons. Emmons tried to spin it back to Bear. Bear throws it in front, it's cut off. Minute 20 left to go here in this one. Puck freed up by Emmons. Emmons across for Spencer. Spencer touches it into the zone. Emmons drops it back for Ty James. James walks in. His shot's blocked to the corner. Spence holding. Hands off for Ty James. Final minute brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Toros lead 7-0. Looking to make it 8 in a row. There's a shot that goes wide. Hits the official. Lays loose in front. Bear from in tight. Gobbled up by Holm, who has, unfortunately for him, had to wear this one Like the Toros, the Bruins down a goaltender right now. So neither team could use their backup goalie this evening unless there was an injury. Draw to the left of home. 46.8 left. Toros lead 7. Rip. Puck around to the near side. Knox pokes it free. Beckwith. Hands to Noren. Noren throws one on net. Save made by Sweden. He didn't know where the rebound was for a moment, but Toros found it first. Knox holds behind the goal. Then comes near side Emmons. Emmons looks up ice for Spencer. Spencer avoids the hit. The puck stays on the blue line. Ingstrup. 14 seconds. Ingstrup chips it into the zone. Looks to chase it down himself. Gets hit. Will Diamond over to John Emmons. The referee standing right there. The horn's going to sound. Toros get the win. Are we going to have any more? Diamond, of course, in the middle of this. Toros trying to make their way back to their goaltender, Lucas Sweden, who gets the shutout. And for some reason, his net is laying face down. Not sure what happened there. We're just going to keep it here and roll right into the postgame show because we've got a long bus ride ahead. Toros get the win. 7-0. Let's take a look at the scoring recap. Colby Bear opened it. That's the game winner, his 10th of the season. Ian Spencer, assist number 11. Then Spencer and Colby Volk combined to set up John Emmons for his 9th of the season. O'Hannison, just 2 minutes and 19 seconds after Bear had opened the scoring, got the Toros' 3rd of the game. His 26th of the season. Jockham's his 21st helper. Adam Mahler got his 6th of the year at 12:39 of the second. That made it 4-0. Lettinen is 15th. That one came on the power play from O'Hannison and Muller at 18:39 of the second. That made it 5-0 entering the third. Weston Knox at 16:47 of the third, his 4th of the season from Dawson and Casey. And then Casey, his 10th of the season from Mahler, made it 7-0 at 17:50. Knox's was an even strength goal. Casey's a power play marker. Let's see if we have plus minus. We don't have the final plus minus. They don't put that in until after the game. But Weston Knox quietly needs +5 over these last 7 games to be the Toros' single season all-time plus minus leader. We know he had the even strength goal. I'm sure he was on for a couple of those others. So he may be creeping up near that record as well. We'll pay off the McDonald's Toros trivia and find our winner there. Who's the Toros' all-time leading scorer against the Austin Bruins? He had no points tonight, despite the Toros putting up 7 goals. But the correct answer, with 29 points, 10 goals, 19 assists, all-time against the Austin Bruins, Trevor Stachowiak. Trevor Stachowiak was the correct answer. And let's find our winner there. It was Christopher Vignes. Christopher Vignes, you are our McDonald's Toros Trivia winner. You can pick up your prize at the Toros merchandise stand at any Toros home game. And, of course, we also need to take a look at our forebears over-unders. Colby Volk goals, that went under, as did Trevor Stachowiak points. But we did get one over. Goals by Lettinen, Ohannes, Kettinen line. Ohannes and Lettinen each scored. Let's see if anyone had all three correct. They did. It was James Ritchie. James Ritchie, you won the stay and play package from our friends at Four Bears Casino and Lodge. You can pick that up, again, at any Toros home game at the merchandise stand. That'll just about do it for us here. We'll take a pop in on those other scores quick. Bismarck still up 3-1. Aberdeen up 4-3 as North Iowa got another one. So that one down to the wire, 7.5 to play there in Aberdeen. Either way, Toros shave 2 more points off their magic number, 6 points away from clinching a division title, which means, depending on what Aberdeen and Bismarck do next Friday and Saturday, there's a chance if the Toros sweep St. Cloud next weekend and get some help from the Aberdeen Wings, the Toros could clinch a division title on home ice on Saturday night. Until then, for Sebastian Machado, I'm Ken Odo, hoping you enjoyed the broadcast. Toros win. That's 8 in a row. We'll talk to you next Friday from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena.